Oh, do you know, honestly, I feel like I've been helped by so many people along the way. Every boss I've ever had, starting with Jay Switzer, who was the CEO of Chum Limited in Canada, one of my first television jobs. And he took a chance on me, putting me in charge of his broadcast business way back when. And from there, I've worked with some fantastic people, Jeff Zucker, Pete Smith from Universal, and now Gary Barber and Roger Birnbaum from MGM. I think the one good thing I've done every step of the way is chosen the people I'm working for, and they've all been great mentors to me.
I've had a number of mentors, so it would be hard for me to pick out one, but in relation to MIP-TV, I would say probably Bob Layton, who at the time was the president of International for HBO, and Bob was the first person to send me here. So he sort of had to put his trust in me. He also taught me a lot about scheduling and program planning and acquisitions and how to do output deals and various number of things. So he would probably be the one that stands out in relation to MIP-TV.
Well, there's a lot, but I have to say, like early on in my career, I have to go back to the first time I was at MIP, because it was, Alliance was a young company at the time, and again, never having gone to a market, I didn't know what to expect. And the guy that was running Alliance at the time, his name is Robert Lantos, and he is, I would consider him a mentor, and ended up being an investor in my company when I started Blueprint. After several years of building the company, I finally got him in as an investor, and he's still a shareholder of E1 and on the board of E1. So someone that I've kind of felt like I've learned from the years. But I remember coming to the market, and of course, Alliance was pretty small at the time, but he had taken one of the big suites at the top of the Carlton, and so I walk into this suite, and it was just astounding. I mean, we got this. It was what really I got from that was he recognized that we're in show business, and the business was important, but the show was important as well. And I think sometimes these markets, obviously deals need to be closed, but it's also about profile, and it is about sort of getting your name out there, and especially if you're building a company and people don't know who you are, the opportunity to come to this market and really sell not just programs, but sell yourself, your business, your company is really important.
Well, I think as an entrepreneur, I would say different than probably your studio interviews. There's a small group of entrepreneurs that are very interesting. Pedro Leda, the company Darrow, Pierre, Andre Rashad, they've figured out how, going through good times and going through bad times, how to create a business. And part of that, which I think is key, is they're very likable, they're honest, their customers come to see them even if they don't want to buy something, and most importantly, they understand the market, they listen to their clients, and they use that in order to be successful with their business.
The one deal that kind of put us on the map was right after we'd started the Arts Channel. We were getting bits and pieces from BBC and from Rai and so forth. But I came across a guy by the name of Rainer Moritz. Rainer, we are friends to this day. To my knowledge, is probably the only producer existing who has actually made a living out of producing performing arts programming, period.